Hey everybody, my name is Sherry Sutton and I am your marketing mentor. So you are a multi-passionate entrepreneur. You love lots of different things. You love starting lots of different businesses. You are creating your empire. I get it. I love you. I see you. However, does marketing really overwhelm you? You're like, oh my gosh, I love all these businesses, but how do I tie them all in together without completely creating a whole other marketing plan for all of my different businesses? And do I need to have multiple, accounts for all of my businesses? And it can get very overwhelming very, very fast. So I'm here today to talk to you about being a multi-passionate entrepreneur and give you 5 tips for how to really kind of navigate this whole multi-entrepreneur thing. So, all right, so here's my first tip. My first tip is to stick to one audience. The most impactful businesses are ones that sell add-on products to an existing base of customers. So, what you want to do, you start with your first business and you develop a base of people. Then your add-on businesses need to be things that can be sold to that same audience. Because if you don't do that, you are setting yourself up for massive overwhelm and to having 2 completely different businesses with 2 completely different audiences with 2 completely different messages. You are literally just doubling your work. If you want to streamline your businesses, you want to make sure that what you're selling is selling to the same audience. So I'll give you a couple examples of this. So I'm going to see, I think, is Natalia on? Hi, Natalia. So Natalia is online. She's with Power Up Branding and Design. She's amazing. We have a very special project that we're going to tell you about next week that she has been instrumental in helping us with. She's also a client of my Marketing Made Simple program. So Natalia is a logo designer, visual designer for your entire brand. That is sort of her core business. So once she has those people there, right? So she works with women, she works with entrepreneurs who know they need to do better marketing. So she gets them in with, hey, I'll build your visual design. But then she can also say, hey, I also do websites, right? And I also do Canva templates, right? She has a whole portfolio of products that are different types of things that she can offer, but to the same audience, right? It's that same audience who knows and loves her, and she's able to add on additional products. So let's keep using her as an example. Let's think of some other things that maybe she could sell to her same audience. So she works with momtrepreneurs, right? She works with momtrepreneurs who are entrepreneurs. So maybe she could, let's say, start a momtrepreneur networking group, right? That's a fee-based group because she already knows a lot of these folks. She's already networking with those folks. That would be a great one. Another one is, I know that she is a clothing designer and of a previous life worked at JCPenney. She could create a line of really fun, momtrepreneur clothes, right? Like maybe some cute t-shirts or some cute journals or something like that, right? These are great add-on, bolt-on businesses. I'm going to give you another example. Another great example is what Amazon has done. So Amazon started with just selling books. So they started with just selling books, then they added on other products over time, and now who goes to the store anymore? We pretty much just buy everything on Amazon. But that's another great example. So as you're thinking about adding on businesses, you want to make sure that you're doing it to one single audience so that you can add on products that are being sold to the same folks. It's going to make your life and your marketing so much easier. I swear I've gotten 5 calls from telemarketers in the 5 minutes I've been live. So excuse me if I keep touching my screen. All right. Tip number 2 is have a single mission that ties together all of your businesses. This is incredibly important because one of the things you don't want is you don't want people to be like, wait, what? She's selling what now? Like that makes no sense, right? So you want to have an overarching vision for why you're doing all of these businesses, both for yourself, right? So you feel like everything that you're doing is organized towards a certain goal, but also for your marketing. So like for me, for example, my mission is to help female entrepreneurs to build the businesses of their dreams through entrepreneurship, right? And I do that by offering marketing support because that's what I know how to do. We also donate 5% of all of our revenues to charities that do the same thing. I'll give you an example. Like this shirt is from a company called Cabby, who I love. And all the proceeds from this go to help female entrepreneurs worldwide. So of course I bought it. So even my purchasing ties in with my overall mission. So there are a lot of other things that I could do in that. Let's say, for example, I could start a store that has materials that are created by female entrepreneurs in third world countries, right? That would be a perfect add-on business because it's part of my overall mission. And it would be something that ties all of those different things together. So you really want to think about what's my overarching mission. I'll go back to Natalia and pick on her a little bit more and use her as an example. So her mission is to help female entrepreneurs to look their best in their business, to look super professional, super polished, but also fun and creative. And she does an incredible job of that. So there might, the other businesses that she's adding on want to be part of that, helping momtrepreneurs to build their business and look cool and, put their best face forward, right? So let's say going back to that idea of like cool momtrepreneur t-shirts, or, she could even sell another line of clothing, or, there's all different types of things that you could do, but it's all falls under that idea of helping momtrepreneurs to really show up in their business and look as fabulous as they can, both online and, maybe let's say with their clothes as well. So you want to have that one overarching vision and mission that brings all of it together. And here's where that becomes important. So my third tip is have a consistent personal brand. What that means is you want to be out there talking to your audience about your mission, right? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? And how do all of these different businesses tie in? So it's real important that once you have that overarching mission, you talk about it on an ongoing basis, because then as you're adding on new products, people will be able to go, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense, because she's super into helping momtrepreneurs or female entrepreneurs or whatever your mission happens to be. So you want to make sure that people know what what your overarching mission is. And if you look at, like, we'll use Amazon as an example again, their goal is to make it easy for you to do retail, right? They want to send everything to your home. They want to make it easy. And so they talk about that overarching mission. So when they're starting to add new products, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And Amazon's Amazon now, right? Everyone kind of understands that about them. But as a small business, people may not understand that about you. So as you're creating your personal brand, having a mission that ties in all of these different pieces will do a lot to serve you, and it'll help make sense when you start talking about your different brands or your different offerings. My fourth tip is to embrace seasons. Think about clothing, right? They have different things that they offer at different times. I mean, obviously they have to, because temperature changes and so forth, but there are different seasons for every type of product offering. And you will see this in other businesses as well, where they will offer certain things at certain time of the year. Think about, I don't know why this came to my head, but think about like home goods, right? They're not selling Christmas stuff right now, right? It's the end of March. No one's selling Christmas stuff, but when it gets closer to Christmas, right now, these days, it's starting in like early October, right? Then they can start selling Christmas things. And that's when they'll really focus on Christmas. Then they'll come back and embrace a different season. You'll see this in retail. They do a really great job of it. Embrace it in your small business as well, right? Be willing to say, okay, in Q1, I'm going to talk about this package and this line of products. In the second quarter, I'm going to really focus on these. In the third quarter, I'm going to focus on this. Doesn't mean you don't have to talk about your other businesses. You want to be continuing to create a personal brand that includes all of your businesses, but you might just focus on one here and there. Maybe it's month by month instead of a full quarter, but it's okay to say, this is what I'm going to talk about for the next few weeks. And then I'm going to shift to this. And then I'm going to shift to this in all of your personal branding. And it's real important because it allows you to gain some momentum with that messaging. That's real hard to do if you're like, this product one day, this product another day. If you allow yourself to build some consistency with your audience, you're going to have a better response rate. My fifth tip is to have a plan. It can be it is very difficult, especially if you're a solopreneur or a small business owner, to be able to manage all of your different businesses. So make sure you have a really strong strategic plan that ties it all together in a very concrete way. So I have a program called Marketing Made Simple. I work with entrepreneurs to put together their overall marketing plan, whether you've got one business or multiple businesses. We sit down together, usually over the course of 2 days. We put together your entire marketing plan, and then we meet every other week or every week for the next 3 months and really kind of hash out what you're doing. If you don't know how to do marketing, I'll teach you how to do marketing. I'll teach you how to do reels and write great copy and all of the things so that you can get out there in the best way possible. It's important, I believe, for every single business to have a really strong strategic marketing plan. I have one. The companies that I've worked with who've had them have tripled their revenue in a number of months. And I want to see the same thing for you. And it's especially true if you're trying to balance multiple businesses. Working with a pro to put together your strategic plan of exactly what you're going to do is real important. Because I know even for me, as a multi-passionate entrepreneur myself, it can be real hard to see the forest through the trees when you've got not just all of those marketing things going on, but just all the things that come with running multiple businesses. So I highly encourage you to join me for that program. If you're interested, there's more information on my website. It's sherrysutton.com, or you can just direct message me and we'll set up some time to chat. So I hope that this was helpful. Let's go back through your 5 tips for multi-passionate entrepreneurs. The first one is stick to one audience. The second is have a single mission that ties together all of your businesses. The third tip is have a consistent personal brand. My fourth tip is embrace seasons. And the fifth tip is have a plan. I hope this was helpful. Please send me some feedback. Let me know about other things you'd like to learn about in the future. I go live most every Wednesday with a little training like this, and every Tuesday I do a live Q&A. So if you have questions for me, please direct message them to me. I will try to answer them either on Tuesday or with a little bit of a longer training like this on a Wednesday. I hope that you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye.